Hello the cop, please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on every days. Liverpool's transfer stance on Calvin Phillips emerges after Pep Guardiola's green light. Manchester City midfielder Calvin Phillips was the subject of interest from Liverpool in the summer. However, it seems unlikely a deal for his services will be struck in January. Liverpool are unlikely to make a move for Calvin Phillips in January, even though Pep Guardiola effectively opened the door for them to do so at the weekend. Phillips, 26, has struggled to make an impact since joining Manchester City last summer and was heavily linked with a move to Anfield in the build-up to the 2023-24 campaign. Liverpool would eventually turn their attention to other midfield targets, but talk of their interest in Phillips has failed to subside. Guardiola made it clear that he would never prevent one of his players from joining a title rival ahead of City's thrilling 4-4 draw with Chelsea on Sunday, comments which could be construed as a green light for Liverpool to firm up their interest in the England star. However, a new report from The Athletic has outlined that the Liverpool hierarchy is not expecting any further deals for midfielders in the winter transfer window, given that Klopp signed 4 new players in that area of the pitch in the summer. That would also seemingly rule out a move for Fluminense Andre Trindade, another defensive midfielder who is on the Reds' radar. The 22-year-old is a sought-after commodity who can also count Arsenal and Manchester United among his admirers. The stance of the Anfield hierarchy is hardly surprising after significant deals for Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Wataru Endo, and Ryan Gravenberch were all agreed in the summer transfer window. Klopp had previously spoken of the need to revamp his engine room at the tail end of a disappointing 2022-23 campaign. While Klopp may not be in the market for a defensive midfielder in January, the Liverpool chief could keep monitoring Phillips if his minutes continue to be restricted with the champions. Klopp has made no secret of his admiration for the former Leeds United maestro and singled him out following a 3-0 win at Elland Road back in September 2021. Phillips' future at the Etihad remains unclear, but Guardiola's comments at the weekend hint that he would be given his pick of clubs should he opt to leave in the new year. When he was asked about potentially blocking players from joining a big domestic rival in the future, Guardiola replied, "Never. Never ever. From my point of view, I have said this to the club many times. I give my opinion to the club and they decide if the transfer suits for both sides and the player. Why? I think that means you are a small club if you block a transfer. Big clubs, they don't care. They make decisions for the benefit of all 3 parties, players and both clubs, and the agents sometimes. So really it is not a problem. If they want to go to Chelsea or Manchester United or, I don't know, Liverpool, whatever, what is the problem? They are happy to be there and the club is happy with the transfer. The other club is happy with the amount of money they spend, so it is fine. Another player will come to us and we keep going in a good spirit and a good mood." Brentford boss fumes at VR failure to send off Liverpool player, a clear red. Wataru Endo escaped a straight red card for a nasty-looking tackle on Christian Norgard as Liverpool secured a comfortable 3-0 victory over Brentford at Anfield. Brentford boss Thomas Frank was left bemused after Wataru Endo did not receive a red card during his side's 3-0 defeat at Liverpool. The incident occurred in the first half when Endo challenged Christian Norgard for the ball and caught the Bees midfielder with his studs. Referee Paul Tierney did not give a foul, but VAR had a closer look at the tackle for 4 minutes before choosing to stick with the on-field decision and play on. It's safe to say Frank felt hard done by, and the Dane referenced incidents involving Curtis Jones and Marcus Rashford as reasons why Endo should have been sent off. Jurgen Klopp's Reds went on to win the match comfortably in the end, with Mohamed Salah scoring a brace and Diogo Jota netting the other. "I think it's a clear free kick and at least a yellow card on the pitch," he told BBC Sport. "I think these situations are not a red card. But in the VR world, where we have slow motion, and you freeze it and he clearly goes over the ball with too much force onto the leg of Norgard. Then I think, if Rashford's is a red, Curtis Jones is a red, Josh Da Silva's is a red, then I think this is also a clear red. I don't think any of them should be, but in this era apparently, it is a clear red. I would just like to have that consistency. Meanwhile, Brentford centre-back Ben Mee delivered his verdict on the incident and admitted he was surprised it even wasn't a foul. It didn't look like a great tackle in real time, Mee told beIN Sports. I know Christian Norgard has got a few nasty cuts just under his knee. It looked a foul in real time. I can't believe he didn't give a foul. Whether it's a red card, I don't know, I've not seen the replays, but it's one for people to talk about. You don't want to see players sent off, but I was surprised it wasn't a foul. The defeat was Brentford's first since before the international break when they were beaten 2-1 at Manchester United. Frank's side had won their 3 previous matches against West Ham, Chelsea and Burnley, but he admitted his team lost to the better outfit at Anfield. I think in general we played a good game and close to being a very good game, Frank added. We need to remember to look behind the numbers. It's never as good or as bad as them. Today I really liked my team. We were brave, we pressed high, created chances and gave the least away. I felt there was something here for us. When you lose 3-0, there's no doubt they were better in the big moments. And it's Liverpool. It's at Anfield. It's Mohamed Salah, but there were some big moments and chances and the second and third goals we should avoid. That would have kept us in the game. There were lots of positives and we just need to go again. In the big moments they handled them better than we did. Diogo Jota sends message to Premier League title rivals as Liverpool leapfrog Arsenal. Liverpool claimed another Premier League victory on Sunday, getting the better of Brentford to remain very much in the title race heading into the international break. Diogo Jota warned Liverpool's tight rivals there is still more to come from the Reds as they continue to bed in their new players. Jurgen Klopp's side underwent a huge midfield overhaul over the summer. Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, Naby Keita, James Milner and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain all left Anfield, while Alexis Mac Allister, Dominic Szoboszlai, Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch all came in. Liverpool have picked up results early on to leave them very much in the title race ahead of a top-of-the-table clash with Manchester City. The Reds are just 1 point behind the league leaders after cruising to victory over Brentford, and Jota's words may well worry the title holders, as well as fellow contenders Arsenal, who sit just below Liverpool on goal difference. It's still early doors, Jota told Premier League Productions. We need to keep winning to be able to be in that title fight towards the end. It is a long road. You never know. It's still early days and people are fighting for their clubs. That's what we like to see. Hopefully we are there at the end. Speaking to Match of the Day, meanwhile, he indicated adjustments were still being made. We are still adapting to each other and it's still early days in the season, but we will find the best ways to play together and hopefully we can keep winning matches, the Portugal international said. Liverpool have still lost just once all season in the Premier League. They dropped points at Luton last time out, before also suffering a defeat against Toulouse in Europe, but delivered the kind of response Jurgen Klopp will have been after. Despite the win, though, Klopp remains frustrated by the TV scheduling going into the pivotal clash after the international break. The Reds' trip to the Etihad Stadium is the first Premier League match after the break, at 12:30 on November 25. Okay, no one can say at the moment, but how can you put a game like this on Saturday at 12:30 p.m? Klopp said. Honestly, the people making the decisions, they cannot feel football, it's just not possible. And if that's the moment where the world pays the most to see a football game, then nobody has told us. I don't know if that's the case, I really don't. There could have been a moment when you have these two teams who have, all together, about 30 international players. They all come back on the same plane, by the way, all the South American players. They all fly back. We put them on the plane from Uruguay, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia. We just have to make sure we're ready for this game. Hello the cop, Please subscribe my channel for follow Liverpool Football Club news on everydays.